over sprinkles. We had some overnight rain. Most areas got only less than 1/10 of an inch of rain, so not much out of this. But we do have those wet leaves on the ground, and you're seeing a few showers. They just rolled through Philadelphia right now, and now they're pushing into New Jersey. So basically dry now in the city, but a damp feel to the start of the day. We take a wider look. There's a couple of leftover sprinkles out to the west. We'll see if they make it towards our region, but most of the rain is already gone. In its wake, we do have a little problem with fog north and west. Half a mile visibility in Pottstown, 1.75 in Quakertown, 2.5 miles in Allentown. So a little patchy fog north and west. 57 degrees, the current temperature. So yesterday we were talking about how it's 14 degrees cooler in the morning. Now we're saying it's 14 degrees warmer in some spots this morning, but it's cooler in the afternoon. I mean, each day we're dealing with the ups and downs with the weather. At 8 o'clock, it's pretty mild and a good deal of sun already back, 54. Lunchtime, it's nice and bright and low 60s. Now, yesterday we were in the 70s. You're only in the low 60s at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with some clouds around. At 8 o'clock, partly cloudy skies and 57. Not a bad day, Matt, just cooler than yesterday and a gusty breeze developing.
That'll help to dry us out.
This is a lot. It's a lot to think about.
A lot to think.
A lot in your head at this early hour that we're trying to share, like the fact that the rain is out of here. You probably heard it in the overnight hours that we had about 1/10 of an inch or less of rain that moved through the area. So it wasn't much, but enough that it feels damp this morning. Couple of sprinkles that are exiting South Jersey right now, but pretty quickly the clouds take over for sunshine. It's bright to start the day with a few clouds kind of filling in through the afternoon, but we're starting off pretty mild. It's 55 at 7 o'clock, at 9 o'clock it's 56, at 11 it's 60, at 1 o'clock you're at 64. So yesterday we were in the low 70s. We've had that trend of warmer conditions. Today we're pulling it back down to average, 65 for your high through much of the I-95 corridor, South Jersey, Millville about 66, Atlantic City Airport 66, a cooler 59 or 60 in your northwest suburbs, so kind of depending on where you are. Let's look at the forecast today. 65 for your high. It's seasonable with a gusty breeze again developing this afternoon, kind of more of the same. Tomorrow's even cooler, low 60s with a gusty breeze. Friday, you've got kind of a fall chill, about 61 for your high, so dipping below average and staying there. The coolest air of the season coming in your 7-day. I've got some new numbers just in, Matt. We'll talk about that in just a minute.
Can't wait to see him. Thanks, Karen. See you in a bit.
And bogus videos, fake apps, and scam text messages, they are a problem, but we have a solution. How about fighting AI with AI? There's an app for that, and we test it out on me. See how it works coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about the next big thing in the weather department. Say goodbye to the 70s that we saw yesterday and start cranking up the heat. That's what you're going to be wanting to do. Let's take a look at, we are looking ahead and talking about it turning cooler. 14 days in October, we're in the 70s and 80s. It has been unseasonably warm. Typically this time of year, we'd have a high of just 65 degrees. Not only are we getting back to average, the new trend is we're starting below average temperatures, and that's really starts tomorrow. The cool 50s, coolest of the season, and that's next week. So let's look at what you can expect. I just downloaded this from the Climate Prediction Center showing not just next week, but even the end of October through early November. You can see that dark area of gray over much of the east, including Philadelphia and our region. Near normal temperatures. So not that we're saying it's very far below average, but we're getting a taste of reality coming our way. Storm Tracker 6 with our multi-sweep scan showing just a couple leftover sprinkles after that rain overnight. It's in Trenton. It's still a little damp in a couple spots in New Jersey. They're kicking out of here. This upper level low is still out to our west, kind of sitting and spinning. So we do see a couple of sprinkles out to the west here. I think they fall apart before they hit us. So we're basically dry the rest of the day, but a gusty breeze develops this afternoon. At 7 o'clock, it's 55 degrees. So starting off pretty mild for this time of year in the morning. We have a lot of clouds right now, a little bit damp, but by 9 o'clock, you see sunshine. At 11 o'clock, at 60. At 1 o'clock, at 64. At 3 o'clock, sitting in the mid 60s. That's your high today. At 5 o'clock, at 62 with mostly cloudy skies. At 7 o'clock, you're down to 59. And that wind does pick up. It's pretty calm right now, but by 2, 3 o'clock, we're talking gusts out of the west, maybe 24, 26 47 miles an hour. We have seen pretty breezy conditions, and that continues today. And tomorrow we have a gusty breeze as well. It's kind of a sun to clouds kind of day, but tomorrow you see temperatures only hold in the low 60s. So even a little cooler, but a pretty nice fall day. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Seasonable today, right about average, 65. We're done with the 70s like yesterday. Tomorrow it stays breezy and it's cooler, 62 down to 61 on Friday, kind of a fall chill. Saturday, a mix of sunshine and some clouds at 62 degrees. On Sunday, clouds and some sun, a little more cloud cover for the Eagles and Union, but still pretty nice and dry. And that high only about 60. Looks like we'll hold in the 50s for the first time this season, and no sign of rain. Monday and Tuesday, a high of just 59 degrees. So some people have been complaining. They didn't like the 70s and 80s that we've had so far this month. They want that fall chill, and it's coming your way.
Ever get sick of that? They're complaining from all sides all the time.
All sides. You get a lot of complaints. That's the life of a weather person.
All right, well, pizza will make it feel better.
It sure
Okay.
will.
All right, well, happening today.
A line of defense against deep fakes all demonstrate how one tool can help you from getting fooled by AI-generated content.
I knew you were real.
She's real.
Yeah. All right, now that we have that established, let's turn to Matt and Karen. Maybe you can do the real test as well.
Real
That
test.
Nydia Han is the real deal. I won't poke you. Don't worry.
You're afraid to poke me.
I'm
aren't
afraid
you?
to touch you. I'm not gonna go there.
Good morning, everybody. I really don't bite. I feel like we act like I do. Storm Tracker Matt showing us as you're getting the kids ready for the bus stop. It's a little damp feel out there today. 55 degrees. That rain from overnight is already pushing out of here. A couple of sprinkles left in South Jersey under partly cloudy skies now, but we're going to really see at time of pickup for the kids, those skies already clearing pretty quickly. At drop-off time at 65. Forget the 70s we had yesterday. We're back to reality with a bit of a gusty breeze this afternoon. Here's Storm Tracker 6 with our multi-sweep scan showing dry in Philadelphia now. In Trenton, even those showers are exiting, and a couple towards the coastline here. This upper level low is still sitting and spinning. We have a couple more sprinkles out to the west. Looks likely they'll just fall apart before hitting us today. We do have some fog north and west though. Only a half-mile visibility in Pottstown, in Quakertown, 1 mile in Allentown. Not seeing it elsewhere, but in the Lehigh Valley, you got to watch for that patchy fog this morning. 59 for your high in the Lehigh Valley, about 65 in the city with sunshine and clouds. At the shore, partly cloudy skies and 65. So a pretty nice afternoon after that rough start a couple of hours ago with the rain that kind of pushed out of here, and it looks like maybe that still caused some issues for you, Matt.
You don't bite when not provoked, but if I start poking,
Well,
I'm gonna gird
that
my
seems
loins.
fair. Oh,
could
okay.
be
This plays into our own two-part series. Now, you introduced us to OpenAI's new Sora 2 video generator yesterday. Pretty stunning, impressive, terrifying. The company markets it as a fun feature, but anytime you send your likeness out there, Nydia, you should have concerns.
Yeah, I mean, all of those adjectives are exactly correct. Yesterday, we showed you it's becoming harder and harder to figure out what's fake and what's real. And con artists and criminals are capitalizing on this. Yeah, believe it or not. They are creating bogus content to steal your money and your identity. This is Yeah, and we actually had a screenshot where it shows that it says no anomalies, you know, this is real.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is great.
Well, so the scam check takes just seconds to scan and complete its investigation. Of course, we also tested it on bogus videos. It was able to correctly identify those as AI generated. By the way, Trend Micro works with law enforcement all around the world to do this kind of AI detective work. This is the direction that we're headed. So I think these kinds of tools are going to be more important than
It's a
ever.
whole can of worms. There's things we're not even thinking about yet that we're going to probably need to use this. And this is how tech works. They release it, and then you have to find ways to deal with it. And that's what we're trying to do right now.
We're backtracking, aren't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are. All right, Karen, you want to go through the test, see if you're real as well?
Yes, I feel like I think that's fascinating, though. It's good to have more tools because I wonder what we're going to do in the future. I also wonder, with all the filters people use, if they will detect that as fake. You know, something to think about. Good morning, everybody. As you're heading out the door, what can you expect? Temperatures in the mid-50s this morning. I mean, temperature-wise, we're more mild than we were yesterday. That's because we've got a lot of clouds still in the region. The showers are in the process of exiting the coastline now, and the sun's coming in pretty quickly today. So at 9 o'clock, it's pretty bright and sunny and 50 56. Pretty comfortable. The winds haven't picked up just yet by 9. By lunchtime, you're noticing a bit of a gusty breeze at 62. At 1 o'clock at 64 degrees. So yesterday we reached highs in the low 70s. Today's kind of a reality check. A nice fall day, but a gusty breeze and a high about 65, right around average. Only about 59 or 60 in the Lehigh Valley. A little milder if you're in South Jersey, Millville, Atlantic City Airport. It's around 66 for your high. But the chill kind of settles in tomorrow, and it looks like it stays for a while. We'll take a look at that trend and have the latest with our new tropical storm coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, thanks, Karen.
Yes. And I like his reserved parking sign, the whole bit, you know, giving him his due. That's right. He needs that. Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about what you need to know. We've got wet leaves out there this morning from that rain overnight. My dad used to always say wet leaves are like ice. So take it easy this morning, even though the rain is pushing out of here. Gusty winds take over again today and a cooler trend taking over as well. So let's look at some of these cooler numbers. I mean, we had been in the 70s yesterday. Today we're right around average, 65, and then falling just a touch below average Thursday and Friday into the low 60s. So if you've been wanting that fall chill, it's here, guys. Storm Tracker 6 with our multi-sweep scan showing that steady rain from overnights out of here. Couple of leftover showers here pushing towards the coastline. That's about it. But this upper level low is still sitting and spinning and very slow to depart. Takes a couple of days. So the next couple of afternoons, we see some clouds bubble up, kind of a gusty breeze the next couple days as well. But as you start off this morning, hardly a heavy jacket needed. A little hoodie is fine. You're in the mid 50s this morning. So it's not as chilly as it was yesterday morning with all the clouds that we had overnight. At 11 o'clock it's 60 and it's bright and sunny. At 1 o'clock it's 64. At 3 o'clock you're reaching your high of 65 today. You notice the clouds in the afternoon kind of welling up. At 5 o'clock it's 62. At 7 o'clock 59. When all said and done, it's a nice fall afternoon. Just a little bit of a gusty breeze. In the overnight hours gets a little cooler because skies clear out. So we drop down to about 49. And tomorrow's a little cooler still. So the high just about 62 in the city, holding in the upper 50s in the Lehigh Valley, low 60s through South Jersey. So just a touch below average tomorrow. We continue to watch Tropical Storm Melissa. This is likely to become the first hurricane in the Caribbean Sea. The Caribbean has been so quiet, perhaps a Category 2 hurricane near Jamaica. You can see the cone looks more like a circle. It's not going very far. Not a lot of steering winds in the Caribbean there. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Seasonable today, gusty breeze, 65 for your high. Pretty nice day. Tomorrow's just a touch cooler, still a gusty breeze, high about 62, down to 61 on Friday. That fall chill really sticking with us in through the start of the weekend with a good amount of sunshine on Saturday, kind of a mix of sun and clouds on Sunday, but no problems for the Eagles or the Union game. The high is 60 degrees. And then on Monday, no signs of rain. Temperatures in the upper 50s. Tuesday staying in the upper 50s. So yeah, you wanted that fall chill. I've been hearing some complaints about the 70s and 80s in October we've had. We're cooling things down starting today, guys.
Close the complaint box.
It's shut.
Thanks.